Welcome to the Coastal Alabama Prep Football Report on AL.com. First, before we look ahead this week, a huge game last week, Spanish Fort and Daphne. 31-game winning streak comes to a halt for the Toros. A thriller, Ben Thomas.
Yeah, it really was. You know, when you think about a 7-0 game, you usually don't think of that as a thriller. But this was a game that, from early on, you could tell one mistake might win it or lose it for either team. Came down to an 80-yard drive, fabulous drive by Daphne, 15 plays in the fourth quarter, took up most of the quarter. TJ Reed did a great tailback, takes it in. They end a couple of years of frustration against Spanish Fort and Spanish Fort's 31-game win streak in the process. Spanish Fort just not the same team right now, frankly, without Tyler Johnson at quarterback. Still a good team, but they're having problems offensively without him, and we'll see how they do going forward. But a great win by Daphne and really a great environment for high school football. I think in 11 weeks of the regular season, you might get lucky to have that type of environment 2 or 3 weeks. Packed house, meant so much to each team and each sideline, and you could really feel that from early on.
Should be a big night in Fairhope this week when the Pirates host Murphy, coming over in a huge 7A game.
Yeah, you know, Fairhope just keeps rolling. The number 2 team in the state behind Hoover, which is really saying something. Dave Kirksey, 6 touchdowns last week in their victory, and Gray Jackson has been a great quarterback. And now you got Murphy coming in with DePriest Turner, the Duke commitment, who scored 6 touchdowns for Murphy against McGill. So should be a great matchup in Fairhope. Fairhope trying to clinch the region, maybe an undefeated regular season, and see how far they can go. I mean, can they be a threat to Hoover's reign, years-long reign there? We'll have to see.
And talking about highly ranked teams, St. Paul's homecoming this week may get challenged against a talented Viger team.
Yeah, you know, 2 years ago, Viger went over there, Randy, in a very similar situation and beat St. Paul's, knocked him out of really the region championship. But St. Paul's has just been really cruising. Jalen Thompson, the South Alabama commit, is all over the field. Austin McPherson, Randy, who seems like he's been playing for as long as we've been around, is only a junior. He, about 200 yards and 4 touchdowns is what he goes for every week, and just kind of a ho-hum thing. But you got Viger coming in with Desharius Flowers. He's the Alabama commitment. He's had an injury all year. You just think at some point, Randy, he may go off for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. Will that be the game? And if it is, Viger could be a real threat to St. Paul's.
Should be another great week of high school football in Coastal Alabama.